been placed on him. But now, as a leader, having LeBron James there and some other veterans who've come in should really stand out.
Here's Parker. The Cavaliers making the shot. And there's the pass to Leonard. Clock at 6. Right through the knee for the layup. Leonard's got his first 2 points. And for Irving, a chance to learn from the best player in the world. On winning more games, I think it'll really help his development as a player and a leader, too.
That's guaranteed.
Now, here's Green. Amon Shumpert unable to get his last shot to go. And it's Leonard. That time on an assist by Parker.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Mozgov with the bucket.
Doing a great job here, able to create some second chance points with their extra effort and hustle.
Spurs trail by. Parker kicks to Leonard. It's rebounded by Cleveland. The drive by Shumpert. And he throws it down hard with one hand. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Now here's Parker. That's good. So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. And Clark, you brought up second chance points earlier. It's probably the biggest reason for the lead here, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Kevin. Anytime you can get those second chance opportunities, I mean, it gives your offense such an injection. I mean, you run good offense, you miss the shot, boom, you come up with the offensive rebound, and you still get 2 points.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Miller's checked in for LeBron. And Jones subbed in for Amon Shumpert. Irving can't get it to go. San Antonio trailing here. Duncan with it. Now defended by Varejão. Leonard attacking. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, Kawhi Leonard drafted 15th overall, Clark, back in 2011. The pick acquired from the Indiana Pacers in a trade for George Hill.
And you know, at the time, Manu Ginobili said that he really did agree with the trade, made him angry. He had a real strong relationship with George Hill and liked his game. I'm sure a lot of Spurs fans felt the same way, but even as Hill remains a heck of a player, the Spurs fans have to be happy. As a matter of fact, they are ecstatic with what Kawhi Leonard has been able to do and what he looks like he's going to do for many years to come.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 8. Good.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
Here's Parker. 6-point game. He kicks it to Leonard. Out to the wing. 6 to shoot. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Mike Miller.
And Leonard has been a great fit with the Spurs culture. Quiet, low maintenance, hardworking, not one for all the glitz and the glamour. You know, he owns one watch, they say. Just focused on basketball, not the lifestyle that it affords.
And the Spurs making a change here. Baines is checked in.
And you talk about Leonard's work ethic. Instilled in him from his late father, lost tragically when Kawhi was only 16 years old. But his father used to put him to work at his car wash, made him run hills, and really embedded in him the value of hard work. And his dad's influence and legacy lives on in Kawhi.
Here's Parker. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
I don't know what's going on with them so far, but already that's 3 turnovers.
Yeah, they're going to dig a pretty deep hole for themselves if they don't start taking care of the basketball.
A different look now for San Antonio. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. Ginobili comes in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. So it's the Spurs now. And Thompson. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And even 3-on-3 break. Thompson with it. Picked up by Ginobili. Thompson misses.
Tell you what, if there's success on the boards in this first quarter is any indication, it's going to be a good day.
And rebounds usually are a good indicator.
Shots good by Mills.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. Jones drives in. He dishes it to Thompson. High arcing shot. Now Mills. Kicks to Baines. He feeds it to Leonard. And Miller with the block.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Here's Thompson, and he drops it in from the low post. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
Already they have 8 second chance points here in the first quarter.
And Doris Burke caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. Doris?
I asked him if there was an X factor in this game, a player they couldn't forget about, and he said it would have to be Tristan Thompson, the power forward out of Texas. He said Thompson is still developing from a skill standpoint, but his motor is really off the charts. You always have to find him and get a body on him when the shot goes up because the guy never takes a play off. Guys, they've been forewarned. We'll see if they take it to heart.
Thanks again, Doris. And the Cavaliers call time here.
Well, Anderson Varejao staying relatively healthy last season. That's to say he only missed 17 games. That's a far cry from his previous 3 seasons where he played a total of just 81 games.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for San Antonio. And then for Cleveland, Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Smith comes in for Mike Miller. And James subbed in for Jones. Irving attacking. That is good. Irving's got 12 in the game. And Varejao, Steve, has shown flashes of all-star caliber production at the center position. It's been his injuries that have really held him back.
Yeah, it's good to see him able to remain on the court for most of the season. I mean, a tough year for the Cavs last year record-wise, but Varejao, for him, a step in the right direction health-wise.
The Cavaliers leading by 6. Mozgov passes to Irving. There's the block. Mills with it. It's tipped. It's stolen by Smith. Here's Irving. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
Kyrie Irving, clearly a player who's dreamed of greatness from a very young age. Going back to the 4th grade, he wrote, "I'm going to the NBA," and he wrote it across the back wall of his closet. And while it was hidden behind his clothes, it certainly wasn't far from his head or his heart.
Now here's Ginobili. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
Now here is Varejao. Diaw missing his last shot. Varejao's shot is good.
And Irving still wanted to write down goals. He used to write them in a notebook he still keeps. Now he'll write them down in his phone. All part of setting his sights high and dreaming big.
Now here's Diaw. It's Ginobili on the wing. Shot clock at 6. The feed now to Mills. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Mills has got 5. And for Irving, just like those words in the back of his closet stayed hidden, his great talent stayed hidden for a long time as well.
Yeah, it didn't really dominate until his senior year of high school, Kevin. Only 11 games he played at Duke. It might seem he was an overnight sensation in the NBA, but in truth, he spent a lifetime laying the foundation for his game.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Mozgov. Here's Varejao. Rebound San Antonio. Ginobili's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Nice early advantage for them on the glass, guys.
You know, part of rebounding well early is just going after the ball and boxing out. I mean, establishing, maintaining sustain it later in the game.
Manu Ginobili in the final year of his 2-year contract extension with the Spurs, Steve, and some speculate that he may retire after this season.
Yeah, fantastic career for Ginobili. You know what I think, Kevin? I think Ginobili, Parker, Duncan, and Popovich should all just walk away right now. Just, go away together, and this has nothing to do with me coaching the Warriors. Nothing to do with me at all. This is about them. They've earned this. Walk away now, guys. Just leave.
I hear some admiration, but I also hear some sarcasm in there, too, from my partner.
We've got 28 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And Mills kicks to Diaw. Baines dishes to Mills. Fires the three. Again, the miss by Ginobili. And that's going to be a turnover. They call for 8 seconds. And here's Mills. It's Ginobili with the drive. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 8. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
Yes, sir.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
The key is you look at the steal totals for this team. They have really put good pressure on the offense.
Well, you know what? Pressure can lead to pilfers, and pilfers can lead to points. So we've got the 3 Ps: pressure, pilfers, points. Get it done.
On the floor for Cleveland getting going here in the second. The 2 stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. J.R. Smith out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Mozgov in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Well, it's kind of been the story here today, hasn't it, Clark?
Shumpert is checked in for the Cavaliers.
So much can be said about the Spurs' dominance as a franchise. I mean, 15 straight years of winning 50 games or more during the regular season. You know, last year, they were at least 500 or better against every other team in the league, and they have been since 1976.
Here's Bellinelli. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Here's Smith. Blocked, and they'll keep possession. Spurs trail by 9. The dish now to Green. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And guys, think about the history of the Spurs. They didn't even come into the NBA until 1976 when they made the transition from the old ABA.
Well, you talk about a fan base that is spoiled. I mean, nearly 40 years of beating every team in the league, more than they've been beaten by those teams. So just an incredible record.
Leonard, he's checked in for Bellinelli. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Parker kicks to Green. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Right side, Green. Past the splitter. Spurs working the ball around now. In low to Duncan. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Well, Tim Duncan, when asked about his retirement plans right after the 2013 finals, refused to dignify the question with the response. But last season's Spurs run answered loudly enough.
And for Duncan and the Spurs, year after year, people write him off. And, Steve, they keep proving him wrong.
It's incredible. I mean, I think I wrote them off 4 years ago, and here they are continuing to just be an elite team in the NBA. And Duncan, one of the big reasons for it. He seems to get better and better, and he loves the game. He continues to stay in great shape and compete. Who knows how long he'll go.
Here's Parker. After the made shot from Iman Shumpert, it's Parker with the drive. Feeds it to Splitter. Into Tim Duncan. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, for Tim Duncan with age, the Spurs have looked to reduce his minutes load during the regular season. But when he's on the court, he remains as efficient as ever.
And Duncan last season averaging close to a double-double in less than 30 minutes a game, as dominant on the glass as ever. Tim Duncan.
And you take a look at Tim Duncan's rebounding, Steve, moving into the top 5 in career double-doubles.
Yeah, he just passed Karl Malone and the great Bill Russell. So Duncan just continues this late career renaissance. His play has just been spectacular the last few years. Oh, my goodness. What a huge play. And they're making this a game here, putting together a nice run.
Making it a game. How about anybody's game? I mean, they've caught fire, and it's a toss-up right now, guys.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Spurs trail by 5. It's Parker with the drop. No good.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Goes back up. It's hauled in by Duncan. Duncan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Leonard. And it's good in the assist by Parker. And 12 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Good defense, but gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Here's Dellavedova. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Here are the Spurs with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Pass to Parker. Back to Leonard. Unloads from 13. Off the left rim and out.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, Coach Greg Popovich, the reigning coach players, he says, quote, it's a players' game, and they've got to take charge. Rather than try to manipulate them, he said, it's a great feeling when players get together and do things as a group. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
You know, giving his players room to lead and allowing them to take ownership.